Okay, I'm at one of the occupations of Shelley Bay, or the Miramar Peninsula, and I'm at the one which is near the old University Marine Research Station, which now has a thriving little community, a village. And I'd like to introduce or interview and introduce Te Pou, who's the leader of this group. So kia ora, Te Pou, and it's good to see you.
Kia ora, Gary.
Yeah,
Hey.
and surprisingly, you know quite a few of my family, which turns out to be the case, eh?
Yeah.
Small world,
Yeah,
small island.
It's a small island, yeah.
Yeah. And so, Te Pou, why are you here?
Well, it started, I guess, 16 months ago at Shelley Bay. We were on a land occupation over there. We were trying to save Shelley Bay from development. I come from the Uri there, so that's my family. And we were there to protect Shelley Bay from development. When the protest came down and the convoy came down, me and my partner Laura had met them in Te Pou, and
that's the convoy for Parliament.
Yeah, because we were on a little bit of a holiday, a couple of days break up in Waiatapu, and we decided to meet them there, and they stayed at Palmerston North. We carried on, and then the protest happened, and we went to go back to Shelley Bay and see if we could take some of the freedom fighters back there with us. And basically they said for us to come here to Mahanga, and this is where Laura was living, and hold as many of them here as we could. Once the freedom fighters would go home, we'd go back to Shelley Bay.
Yes, because I assume a lot of the people that were that the police threw out of the Parliament grounds are people who had lost their homes, lost their jobs. Some of them had lost their lost loved ones, and some had injuries from the vaccine. So they had nowhere to go. So you took them in.
Yeah, so we practice a thing called parihakatanga, which in Parihaka in 1867, what they had done was they'd taken refugees in and fed them and housed them and looked after them, and it was a pacifist community. So what we're doing here is we've created the same thing, and it's a tikanga or rule of ours here that we live by, and it's something that we adopted also over in Shelley Bay. We have the same parihakatanga, so yeah.
Fabulous. And so the correct name of this bay here is Mahanga.
Yeah, Te Mahanga Bay.
Te Mahanga Bay.
Yeah.
Now, what's the significance of this area to you, and why are you so passionate about preventing or opposing development?
Okay, well there's a couple reasons. One, it's a beautiful bit of coastline that we have here, and we really want it to stay this way, so not just for us, we can protect the land and keep it like this, but also for the public, so there won't be privatised big development and privatised roads and closed gated communities here. And the cultural significance to us is this, we consider it a taniwha. So the other name for this place is Te Karu o Te Whenua. So Te Karu meaning the eye, and o Te Whenua is of the land. So where we are now is on the taniwha's head, where the airport is, that's on the taniwha's tail, and then the Miramar up to the prison is its spine and its back. So what we feel like is us being out here, we're keeping the head out of the water, and we're keeping the taniwha alive. So that's our cultural
I believe you have an ancestral claim to this land.
Yeah, well,
tell me more about it.
Okay, so through my father, I come from a guy Taraika, who was the first man to come here, and this is where he landed.
Arika means chief.
Yeah, well, his father come from Tahiti, and Taraika had come here, and he went to a place called Whitukairangi. So that's through my father. Through my mother's side, we also come from Te Atiawa, and when the New Zealand Land Company turned up here, it was my mother's people that were here that had the mana of the whenua. So through both my mother and my father's line, I have some ancestral ties to both of them. Yeah.
So what happens if you lose this land? What happens to you? How does that affect you? I mean, hey, you know, why not just go and buy somewhere else?
Yeah, well, spiritually, it'll sadden us to see development on it. But if we lose our land, if we don't have our land, we have nothing. we need our land. It's what feeds us, what keeps us keeps us healthy, sustained, and we have a connection to the land. We consider the land as our mother, and if this is looking like the rest of the city, we lose it. My children will never be able to buy one of the apartments that they're going to build out here. So
yeah, this land up above us. I mean, I'm just beaming in on that now. This was Defence Force land. So how come it's Defence Force land?
well, they used the Public Works Act to confiscate it off us so they could put it here. Then in the settlement, because it was confiscated land, the iwi did a settlement where they negotiated to accept $25 million, and then the Crown took ownership of the land that they confiscated. But our family, we've got our own wai claim that is outside of the iwi, and it's an original owner's claim and an individual rights claim. It's called the WWII 1738, that's the name of the claim. So yeah, there's a few things going on in the Waitangi Tribunal with the status of this land, but that's how the Crown were able to take the land from us. But we're still fighting it in the courts.
Yes, this area here would be a developer's wet dream.
Yeah, I believe so. Especially up Fort Balance.
Yeah, but for me, an outdoorsy person, and to me, this is absolutely the jewel in the crown for Wellington in terms of open spaces for the public to share. It really would seem to me to be tragic to see all of these hills lined with $1 million apartments.
Yeah, so for us, we consider what we call wahi tapu. It's a sacred place for us, and if there is development out here, it's going to prevent us from going out, being able to fish out here, get our power and our mussels and our kaimuana. So yeah, there'll be a lot of impact on us as a people.
Yeah.
And what we're trying to create here is just a self-sustained village or community that we can look after ourselves, and we're just wanting to protect the land from development.
Now there is a ratepayers group that is trying to save the peninsula. Have you heard of them, or have they ever paid you a visit?
No, I haven't heard of them.
Well, I'm actually, I'm laughing because it's in almost disbelief that, so we have this this ratepayers group, which I'm a part of, by the way, and they haven't paid you a visit.
No.
No,
not yet.
I think we need to have a word with them. I'll make sure they get this video, okay?
All right.
Yeah, and because strength is in unity.
Yeah.
Yep, and certainly one of the tactics that we can see that is being used, not just for here, but we saw it working perfectly at Parliament, is the divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Yeah, for this we need to work together, don't we?
Yeah, I
Te
believe
Pou?
so. And that's kind of what's happened here with us and
Yeah.
our whānau over at Mo Whenua as well. There's been a division, and we're trying to stand with them, solid together on this, so
Great.
we can prevent it from
Yeah.
development.
Now, we just wandered in, and granted, okay, other members of my family, like Myra, who's here with us. I don't know where she is. Maybe she's having a feed, but she's somewhere. Look, Te Pou, are people welcome to come on in and say kia ora?
Oh yeah, of course. Actually, we love it when people stop in because we get to share some of the things we've been doing.
Okay, you're not frightening, are you?
Oh,
Hey, you're not a scary bloke?
well, nah. I don't think I am. Yeah.
Well, I don't think so either. I think, look, I've found you can go anywhere in the world, and so long as you greet people respectfully and be on their level, don't put yourself above anybody. Everybody at the world around, they welcome.
Yeah.
Always welcome.
Yeah. And that's how we are here. Like I said, pariakatanga, we invite everyone, and we accept it. Doesn't matter what religion you are. we're accepting of all of that.
So this is an open invitation to Wellingtonians and all New Zealanders
Yeah,
to drop in onto Mahanga Bay
yeah,
and say kia ora.
right.
And I'd also recommend, you don't have to ask this, but I'll recommend that they also might like to bring a small koha.
Oh, if they'd like.
Yep, just to help with what you are doing here. And I think cash is best, but also food.
Yeah, yeah.
Cash and food.
Yeah,
Cash and food.
we're happy to accept anything. And,
Yeah, I'm sure.
yeah.
Yes.
And if they come, hopefully they can try one of our paua fritters or mussel fritters. And
Yeah. And I would say, look, if you're on hard times, come and drop in anyway, and don't worry about the koha.
Yeah, no.
You yourself are the koha.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah. Well, Te Pou, it's been fabulous to have this chat with you, and all the best and strength to you.
Cool, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, cheers.
Yeah. Thank you, mate.
Could I show you the garden real quick?
Oh yes.
Show you what
Okay.
we've been
Let's
doing,
go
working
and
on
have a
that.
quick look. Yeah. And I see that. Oh, you've been busy. Vegetables are all being done. Excellent. Yes. And getting ready for winter, eh?
Yeah.
And this is not very. Okay, righto. Okay, so you're compensating for the very poor soil here, eh?
Yeah.
Or this is all a rock excavation.
Yeah, it's all rock.
Yeah.
It's rock under rock, so it's
Yeah.
hard to
Yeah.
get.
But
dig
you've
into
got
the
it.
ground.
You're getting underway, which was great. And you also.
Here we have our worm bath,
Oh yes.
rat traps.
Yes. Oh, by the way, yes, we saw a report, Te Pou, that the rat trappers, they're trying to make this peninsula pest-free,
Yeah.
and the rat trappers were saying that they're a little bit afraid to come down and check their traps. You know, it might be that perhaps one of you guys is going to be hiding in the bush and is going to jump out with them with a taiaha.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, well, I actually went out and spoke to one of them, and it was
Yeah.
all right. But we just had a guy come in, and he knew one of them, so he rang them up and asked, "Just come down, meet us. We're happy to go out, work with them if they can show us
Yeah.
what the best way to use them. We're happy to work with them. We've got a sign out here. I'll show it soon.
Yeah.
But it's about protecting the korora. So yeah, being
Yes.
predator free is important to us. So I can talk more to that about
Okay.
our composting bins.
Yep.
We've got them upside down so that the rats can't get in there.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. And yeah, so the mainstream media reports of sort of like fear and so on. They've obviously found some very maybe slightly demented and misinformed people, to quote, because it doesn't seem to come across to me that there's an issue. And these are this is part of your your tents.
Yeah, I'd call
Eh?
this Tika's Corner. I've got them a little kitchen
Tika's
set up
Corner.
in there.
Oh, you got a
and
kitchen in
yeah,
there
it's
too.
really nice.
Yeah.
Few stools.
Yes.
And that. Yes, her and
Oh.
Sarah have done a good job
And
in there.
yes, and I see Myra's being fed. Hey, yes, yeah,
Well looked after.
yeah. So yeah, this is my daughter Myra, and
Would you like a cup of tea?
yes,
Laura.
and Laura.
Hello.
Yes. So Laura. Yes. Hello, Laura. Yeah. Great to see you. Yes. Now I see the connection. Yeah. And yeah.
So yeah, here's some of the signs we've been working on.
Oh yes. Okay.
For the road next door. This,
Yes.
this sign
Oh,
here.
that's good.
This sign here is for the korora because we want to just. Oh no, sorry. This is for the road. There's another sign. something for
Unsafe
the
for
korora.
vehicles. Enjoy your hikoi, your walk. That's good. Yeah. Oh look, there's so many cars going over here now. Hey, where are they all coming from? Hey, yeah. And this is your main kitchen and
Yeah, this
cafe
is
in
the
here.
kitchen area.
Yes.
So we had our
Yeah.
kitchen over there, but the storm
Yes.
had blown it over. So this
Yeah.
was the kids' school. And
Oh,
here,
okay.
But now we've moved all the kitchen and everything into here,
Yeah.
since we lost our kitchen in the storm.
Yes, and it's all very hygienic. What looks of it, it's not a river of filth.
Oh,
Hey,
I hope
the
not.
good old river of filth. Eh?
Swimming in our own feces.
And I see you have at least one portaloo, eh?
Yeah, we got two there.
Yeah. Oh, you've got two. Okay.
And we get them
Yeah,
we get
and
them empty twice a week. So
Yes. Yeah. So all's well. Okay. And a little bit more accommodation up there. 5-star.
yeah, 4.5.
Yeah. 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 Well, you've got the big water tanks there. You could take the top
Yeah.
off one and turn it into a spa pool. Eh? That would be good. Okay, Te Pou, it's great to see you, and all the best.
Yeah, thank you, Gary.
Right, eh? Yep. Cheerio.
Cheers.